What's cracking, everybody? How's everybody doing today? You know, um, I just wanted to hop on this real quick, just talk about some things I've been thinking about lately, things that have been weighing tough in my heart and my mind. You know, just kind of there's not really a lot of things I can talk about, but just the things that I know, the things that I grew up doing, the things that I did. You know, and none of it is to glorify that lifestyle, because like I've said in the past, I only want to glorify God. I only want to give Him all the praise, the glory, and the honor. You know what I'm saying? Because by His grace, I'm still here. But I have some knowledge that I can talk to the youth, you know, about things I did and things to do and not to do. And the reason why I want to talk about it is because I have a son. You know, my son's getting older and he's asking questions, things that he wouldn't ask back then. Things about prison, you know, things about my tattoos and how it was me growing up and why I did things, you know, growing up. And so, like, I just want to put it out there, like the way I tell him, you know, that lifestyle, it's like it's a big lie, you know, and it attracts youth that is seeking some type of attention, that needs some type of attention. In my case, it was like I had a father, right? I had a dad in the house, but he wasn't really a father. He wasn't doing father things. Yeah, I had a roof over my head. Yeah, you know, I had two brothers and two sisters, and we lived in a two-bedroom apartment. Majority of my youth was in the living room on the floor. You know, because of that setting, I want to say that brought a lot of problems between my parents, because my brothers needed a room, my sisters needed a room, my parents needed a room, and you know, things just kind of fell apart little by little. And when you don't have God in your life and your marriage, it's not gonna last, you know. So I slept in the living room. I never had a room until I went to juvenile halls. That was my first room. That was my first actual bedroom. Crazy. Now that I think about it, is wow. It's sad. But the reason why I went that way was because, like, there was things that I seen and there was things done to me. I got bullied. I got punked in the streets. And when I went and told my dad and my brother, my oldest brother, they said, "Well, and my boy, they took your shoes. Oh, well, what you do? Nothing. Well, that's your bad." And I remember feeling broken in that moment. I remember going back to school feeling like, man, ain't nobody got me. I was 11 years old. They took my brand new shoes. You know, my mind went into this survival mode. What can I do so these things never happen to me? So I never feel like this again. So I started looking for that crowd that got respected. I started looking for that crowd that people was afraid of. And I started hanging around with them. And I was a little square, you know. I was a little bookworm, A's and B's. I still, you know what, after like joining that group of kids and started thinking like them and started acting like them, dressing like them, I still had some form of respect and fear towards my parents. So after school, when they was doing the thing, and they would be like, "Hey man, let's roll," I'll be like, "Nah, man, I'm gonna go home and see y'all tomorrow," you know, because I still had that fear and respect. It wasn't until ninth grade, because up to this point, all I'm doing is smoking weed and drinking beer, hanging around with this little squad. And in my mind, I'm thinking that's gangster. In my mind, I'm thinking that's gang banging. not knowing there's a whole nother level to this, you know. So I get to high school and I get introduced to real gang banging. I start seeing things. That kid that punked me in sixth grade, that kid, he tried to punk me one time in front of my friends. Again, by this point I'm dressing like them, looking like them, acting like them, but for some reason he thought I was still that kid. So he tried to bully me in front of my friends, homies. So I jumped down, boom. I said, "What's cracking, homie? What's up, bro? What's cracking?" He was like, "Oh shoot." Sorry about that. He was like, "Oh shoot, what the heck?" And I was like, "Yeah, bro, what's cracking? It's about that. It's like that, you know." And he never bugged me again. I mean, people tell me in prison they used to be like, "Hey, how come you never got your get back? How come you never robbed him?" Honestly, the look in his face, that fear that I got from him, was satisfaction enough for me. I felt like that was my get back. I don't know. Maybe other people probably would have robbed him. I didn't though. That was enough for me. That's how I went about it. But yeah, so at 14, I got rushed into my gang. And then I started seeing the next level to gang banging. The activeness. The same day I got rushed in, I went to the block to kick it. Boom, the enemigas passed by, banging with the straps. You know, honestly, dude, we was I had no gun. We was naked at that point. And what happened to save us was there was traffic. We was on Fulton and Victory. There was traffic, so they couldn't stop. They banged, but they kept going. So we gave us enough time to take off. You know, boom. So at the age of 16, you know, at this point, I'm getting picked up by the cops here and there. I'm not getting arrested though. I'm getting picked up by my mom. They're always calling my mom to come get me. At 16, I went to juvenile halls, and it's like once your name is in the system, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, man. You're always gonna be getting busted, like always. You know what I'm saying? I did a near in juvenile halls. I did a near in juvenile halls for armed robbery and second degree, and then I got out. And on my 18th birthday with the homies, we was chilling on the block, and we was strapped up, and it was about maybe 10 or 11. We was all messed up. I had just turned 18. Everybody else was already 18, and you know, the other squad passed by banging. We banged back. They pulled over thinking they was gonna punk us. We ended up punking them. But we was too drunk. We was little kids. We didn't take off running. We stayed on the block. We stayed on the block. After the cannon went boom, 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 we stayed on the block. So the cops came. We all got arrested. One of them, we went to the county jail. You know, one of them turned no good. Not in this case, but later on, he turned no good. The other one got deported to TJ. The other one took 3 years. I ended up taking 4 years, and then I got out. Was out about 2 weeks. Got a parole violation, and around this time they changed the whole system. So I got 3 months in the county jail. Got out, and then I did 4 months, and I caught my 6 years for ex-con with the firearm. You know, and my whole point to this is that I came out when I was 27, and I didn't know nothing. I had to learn from the gutter. And it was hard. Nobody wanted to teach me nothing. It was hard. I had no job skills. My applications, no job skills. Driving, not even. I just learned how to drive. And if it wasn't for my wife, I probably wouldn't be having my license. She forced me, pushed me, and pushed me. She put me behind the wheel until I got it. And now I drive for a living. I make decent money. Not saying, you know, I live all right. I'm providing for my family. I'm feeding my family. I'm taking care of my family. And that's my whole point. That lifestyle don't lead to nothing good. Think twice before you want to join something like that. Because your destination will be death, life, crippled for the rest of your life. Or if you're lucky like me, start from the gutter, man. from the very low bottom, learning your trade, learning things, and learning how to survive. I'll tell you guys later after how me and my wife met and everything else. But for now, guys, take care. God bless. 100.